Aquasia is
So Q. So tell us a little bit. Who is Aquasia?
Aquasia. That is that's a hard question, but the first thing that pops into my mind is um, I'm a giving person. I'm very selfless. I'm first. I like to put people first and take care of people before I take care of myself, which sometimes can be a bad thing. Um, I am very dedicated. When I say I'm going to do something, well, now, when I'm going to do something, I will try my hardest to do it. I would say I'm also positive. Like, I thrive off of positive energy. That's just, if I feel any type of negative vibes, I remove myself from the situation, or I remove that person from the situation, or that thing, or whatever it is. I thrive off of positive energy just because I spent so much time being negative that I'm not going to bring that into my life now.
I know you have your own brand, Slay Your Health. So tell us a little about what Slay Your Health is.
Slay Your Health. Actually, before I started Slay Your Health, my user handle on IG was Get Skinny with Q. Um, and it evolved to Slay Your Health just because it was more to it than getting skinny, and I didn't want people to think that I was shallow or I was all about getting skinny, or skinny is the mission, or that is what's important. So I had to figure out where I wanted to go and change it up to so I can when you get to my name, it sticks out and you know what I'm about. I'm about health, and I want you to slay your health, your whole entire, just all of you, not just your physique or whatever. So when I first started, I wanted to get skinny, and that's why my name was Get Skinny with Q. But then as I evolved, I had to change my whole social media and bring people along the journey with me. So Slay Your Health is more of slaying your whole entire body, inside and outside. And the biggest thing, a lot of people, they look at my transformation and they notice the physical part, but it's more of like the internal work that has really transformed. And I shock myself every day, seeing where I am and seeing how I respond to things, and how I feel, point blank period. It's kind of shocking every day. So Slay Your Health is a movement to work on yourself inside and out, and bring awareness to mental health and taking care of your mind, because that's where the transformation starts.
How long have you been on this journey? Like, when did you start? Months ago, years ago, centuries ago? Tell me.
So I it's been about 4 years that I really, it's been 4 years that I started my journey. Like, I wanted to get healthy, but being serious, it's been 3 years. It took me about a year and a half to get all the weight off, just because I would lose some weight, I'll get happy, and then I'm like, I'm good. When I first started, I wasn't trying to, I'm going to show my transformation online. I didn't even know I was going to transform my body. I just knew I wanted to get healthy. I just needed to get healthy, and I needed to change. So, I started. So I would lose 10 pounds, I'll be happy, and I'll stop. And, well, not necessarily stop, but I'll just kind of ease up and not go so hard. And then I'll find myself kind of slipping back into old habits, and then I'll go hard again. So I was stopping and starting until I got kind of sick of my own crap, and I'm like, it's time to just go. Stop this stopping and starting. You've been doing that all your life, so it's time to just do something different. If you want different results, you got to do something different. So that's exactly what I did. So yeah, it's been about 4 years, and it took me a year and a half to get it off. And I could have done it quicker, but because I stopped and start, and I wasn't necessarily trying to track and show Instagram or Facebook or a whole bunch of people like, hey, look at my transformation. It was just more of, life and how it happened.
Okay. So at what point in your life did you say enough is enough? I have to get serious. At what point did you have to get to for you to make this decision?
So I remember being in North Carolina. Um, I hated my job. I just hated how I felt. I was actually, I don't even think I was working then. I wasn't working because we had just moved to North Carolina, and I just found myself in the house binge watching TV all day long. And I'm like, this can't be life. You are young and you're just laying here like, what are you doing? And I got sick of my own self. I was pissed at myself. I was just like, something has to change. So that's when that's when there was a turning point, as far as when you really get tired of your own excuses, your own BS. That's when the growth happens. You have to check yourself. You don't need anybody outside telling you, hey, this is what you need to do, because people can come at you and tell you what you need to do all the time, but if you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. So the growth happens when I decided to say, this is just, it's enough, and I got to keep going. So that's one moment that kind of sticks out, just being tired of my own stuff and being tired of being in the same place and feeling the way I felt. I was in like a hole, literally. A deep, dark hole.
So when you say, I think people want you to elaborate. Q, tell us a little bit about this whole what. Just give it to us straight up. What happened? Tell us what happened.
So I literally found myself, I was 23, 24, and just not doing anything. Kind of like life was passing me by, and things just kept building up. And I got to the point where I literally felt like life wasn't worth living. So I did try to commit suicide. And fortunately, it didn't work. I decided to take pills and a lot of alcohol and just kind of just, I thought it would be easier. But it's crazy because I'm kind of glad it happened and I was unsuccessful with it, just because I'm able to look back at it and look at, that was a very selfish movement, like a very selfish action, just because if you think about it, there's been so many moments where you're like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this? And you're still here today and you got through it. Like, you're always going to get through. God's going to get you through. So it's just more of having that faith to just go, and just deal with whatever happens. But I was too weak to deal with everything that was going on, and to see that my life was worth living and I did have value. I didn't have that confidence. I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't think that there was anything more for me. And to go from literally not thinking that life was worth living to now I wake up and I'm like, there is so much that I want to accomplish. There's so many people that I want to help. And I'm not the fittest, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the fastest. I'm not perfect by no means, and I still have things that I want to work on, but I'm not where I was. And I know there's so many people that are where I was and that would kill to be here. They would love to be where I am today. Like, literally wake up and I'm like, I mean, it might be a bad day, but I'm going to look on the bright side. I got up today. I got people that love me, and if I got to look a little harder to find that bright side, I'm going to just be looking, because there's so much more to life, and it's just more of tapping into that inner strength and just going.
Correct. So on this journey that you started, Did you have support, or you just felt like you was alone when you were trying to accomplish what you were trying to accomplish?
So I'm a Navy wife, so I spend a good amount of my time alone. I mean, I could be with other military spouses, but it's not really my thing just because typically a lot of drama comes with that. So I kind of stay to myself because I don't want to put myself in that circle and deal with the drama. That's just not my, that's just not my thing. I'm not for the drama. So I find myself being alone. My mother was also military, so we moved a lot. So I had to, we moved and then I would have to find new friends. I was always away from family. My other family members didn't really understand. And a lot of people still don't understand our lifestyle, why we can't just up and go, or why is your husband always gone, or why you can't plan things, so far out. So being that they don't understand, they don't reach out as much, they don't call as much. So really it's just me and my husband when he's home. And like right now he's on deployment, so I'm by myself. And yes, I do have some friends, but at the same time it's not, it's a new place still. I've only been here less than a year. So every time we move, you find new friends, you up and move again, you got to start over. Those friends forget about you. Family members aren't reaching out. So I didn't have a lot of support. My husband did support me, but he was always gone. So I did kind of go through this journey alone. So I had to create my own environment. I was just, it was either go back into the hole or keep moving. So I had to create my own environment, whether it was listening to motivational things. Eric Thomas is one of the people I listen to all the time, in my car, in my house, on YouTube. If I'm on social media strolling, I'm following people that's going to inspire me. I'm not looking at BS. On my mirror, my husband was like, "What are you doing?" I literally would write with Sharpies on my mirror different quotes and things like that. I would print out calendars of different events that I was going to attend, or what I'm doing, how many days a week I worked out, or different things like that. I print out tons of pictures of people who inspired me, pictures of pictures that made me happy, moments of my families that made me happy, or things that I wanted to do and accomplish. So I just had to tailor my environment and not use that as an excuse, like, oh, I'm lonely, oh, I don't have anybody, no one supports me. That's an excuse. It's a good one, and it could, you could rock with that, but do you really want to? Is your goal not that important? So you're going to let that thing that you can't change keep you from your goal. So it's all about you creating your environment, because we have so much more power than we think we have. So it's tapping into it and actually using it.
So on your journey, give us an estimate of how much weight have you lost?
About 60 pounds. A lot of people, I know it's not a lot, but with that 60 pounds gone, and then with my mind changed and my health changed, it's a lot for me, just because I've been dealing with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and so many things since 12. I've been on high blood pressure medicine since I was 12 years old. Literally going to the doctor, talking about a stroke, a heart attack, and different things like that. And as a kid, you don't understand. You like, I want to be like my friends, eat pizza, go do all these things or whatever. And every time I go to the doctor, you're talking about possibly dying, and it just didn't sink in. And I wish I would have learned how to take care of myself then, but at least I learned now. I'm not going to dwell on it now, but I feel like I can be that person. A lot of people, they're young, they're drinking, they're partying, things like that, and you can find that balance. You can still party, you can still have fun, and still take care of yourself and find that balance. And I think I can, inspire people by taking care of themselves, basically, and taking out. There's so many mistakes that I made, as far as like at the beginning, where I was like crash dieting and going too hard and not resting, and trying to take supplements and different things and shortcut myself, when really eating healthy, working out, having that balance is what's going to get you there. It's no shortcuts, and we're in that the world of quick, fast, in a hurry. We want everything instant, and you got to work for it. If it's worth it, you got to work for it, and you are worth it.
Now, where are you with your journey?
I mean, I have goals. Every time I reach a goal, I already have another goal like waiting. So my journey is never over. Like, I'm always working. There's like, my health is my everything, and I can't just say I'm healthy now and so I'm just going to stop. So I'm going to keep going until I'm 80, 90 years old. I'm still going to stay consistent, stay motivated, being, on top of taking care of myself. But I do have a bucket list of things that I want to do. I want to build more muscle. I want to maybe one day get on the stage and do a competition. I do want to do a half marathon, a full marathon. So there's so many different things that I want to do one day. I'm not putting a time stamp on it, but I'm nowhere near done. I'm nowhere near done at all. I'm always working on my health, and I want to move more into helping people transform on the inside versus just doing personal training. So that is my goal, because there's so many people out there that's dealing with mental health, and they need that guidance, they need that support. And I feel like I can tell them, hey, I made these mistakes, and you can eliminate all this middle stuff and just get here without going through that.
Is there anything else you want to share with the people? Some motivational words. You want to give them your Instagram and Facebook name for them to go ahead and follow you?
My Instagram is Slay Your Health, and it's the same thing on Facebook. My personal page, you can just type my name in, Aquasia Sneed, if you want to follow me on there. And the only thing that I want to say is, for anybody that's out there dealing with any type of mental health issues, or just know that you're not crazy, you're not alone. Just because a lot of people are dealing with it or have dealt with it, it's just not talked about a lot. So just know that if you can't talk to anybody else, you can talk to me, and just keep going. I literally before I came here, I lived in Virginia before, about 5 years ago, and I was a totally different person. I was overweight. I didn't want to leave my house. I literally sometimes had anxiety leaving my house. And once I changed my health and I moved back here last summer, I said I wasn't going to put myself in that position again. So I was by myself, and I made sure, I was like, it's time to go. It's either you stay in the house or you just go. Don't think, just do. Just go. Set yourself up for success. So literally, I got here on a Wednesday, and on a Saturday, I did my first 5-mile beach run. On Wednesday, I put myself into an Inspired Women's group. On Thursday, I put myself in a Chesapeake Run group. On Sunday, I went to Run For It with High Definition. So was I scared? Yes. I didn't know what was going to happen or how I was going to feel, because I have so much anxiety that I deal with on a daily basis, and I still deal with it. I'm nowhere near perfect. But it's just more of telling yourself, it's either stay here, are you happy with staying here, or saying what the hell and just going. And what's the worst that can happen? All right, that didn't work, so we're going to scratch that and try something else. So just taking a chance and putting yourself in a better situation, and just knowing that you are worth it, finding your worth and knowing your worth. And that's it.